Fighter characters are known to follow one main martial art discipline. But what if I tell you that not all fighters follow that principle? Vega mixes 3 different styles of techniques to create his own discipline of fighting. These 3 variants are what gives Vega his rapid movement, unhuman reflections, precision, and power. Vega's technique is in another league of its own. This style is what earned him the title of the Claw. In today's episode, Vega's fighting style. Welcome to the Street Fighterverse. In the United States, we know him as Vega. In Japan, he's known as Balrog. He is one of the main bosses, originally being an unplayable boss in the Street Fighter II series, before his update on the Street Fighter II Champion Edition. He is of a narcissistic personality, with an obsessive attraction for beauty. Vega is one of M. Bison's personal bodyguards, and is one of the initial 4 Heavenly Kings. The 4 Heavenly Kings constitute of M. Bison as leader, and 3 of his personal bodyguards, which are Balrog, Vega, and Sagat from lowest to highest. Later in Street Fighter V, Sagat was replaced with Fang, Fang, after Sagat's decision to leave the Shadow Lu. Vega was born into a privileged, wealthy family that later in life lost all their fortune. This situation caused his mother to remarry, to secure their livelihood. Later on, his mother was killed by his stepfather. He believed she was being disrespectful to him. In return, he was killed by Vega. Driven into insanity by this incident, he developed a dual personality: honorable nobleman by day, sadistic murderer by night. Vega is vain, overconfident, and highly convinced of his own abilities, almost to the point of megalomania. He is also incredibly sadistic, and takes great pleasure in seeing the ugly murdered, and preferably mutilated. He often has a stone-cold demeanor, and does not show a wide range of emotions. Vega is tall, strikingly handsome young man, with long hair that is braided into a ponytail. In the Street Fighter II series, Vega's hair is colored brown in the sprites, but colored blonde in the endings that feature him. Vega also has a purple snake tattoo on his chest, which circles his left arm, and on his right arm and both his wrists. He wears gold-colored armlets. The tattoo shows him to be a villain to the Japanese audience, where body tattoos are usually worn by Yakuza members. He wears Murray, and yellow ceremonial trousers, a red sash, loafers, and white leggings, a style very similar to a matador from Spain. Vega most of the time uses a mask, and wears a claw in his arm as a striking weapon. Vega's vanity is demonstrated by the way he uses his mask. He wears the mask not to conceal his identity, but to protect his face from scarring or bruising during battle, so that he can more easily view himself as perfect looking. Vega often removes it after fights during his win poses, and his face is at least partially, if not fully, exposed in some of his character select mugshots, as well as some of his individual endings. Additionally, many characters can recognize Vega, even if they have never seen him without his mask. In some games, he can remove the mask during battle. As a part of the noble cultural tradition, he mainly studied bullfighting. Vega has developed his own style of fighting, derived from the 3 different world fighting techniques. His personal style is based out of bullfighting, Japanese ninjutsu, and is rumored that his other combination is French savate. Vega mixed European styles with Asian styles of self-defense to create his own. Let us start by the most cultural aspect of his persona, the Spanish-style bullfighting. It is stated that the Spanish-style bullfighting is a type of fight that is practiced in Spain, Mexico, Colombia, Ecuador, Venezuela, Peru, as well as in parts of southern France and Portugal. This style of bullfighting involves a physical contest with humans and other animals attempting to publicly subdue, immobilize, or kill a bull. The most common bull used is the Spanish fighting bull, Toro Bravo, a type of cattle native to the Iberian Peninsula. This style of bullfighting is seen to be both a sport and a performance art. The red color of the cape is a matter of tradition. Bulls are actually colorblind. They attack moving objects. The brightly colored cape is used to actually mask bloodstains. Each bull is at least 4 years old and weighs up to 1,300 pounds, with a minimum weight of 1,010 pounds. This type of training gets Vega to be on his toes all the time, which makes sense when you see Vega's gameplay. Vega is all about movement and speed, two very important factors to live by if you want to survive a bull ring. The Japanese ninjutsu is another technique of his arts. Ninjutsu was developed as a collection of fundamental survivalist techniques. In the warring state of feudal Japan, the ninja used their art to ensure their survival. In a time of violent political turmoil, ninjutsu included methods of gathering information and techniques of non-detection, avoidance, and misdirection. Ninjutsu involved training in free running, disguise, escape, concealment, archery, and medicine. Skills relating to espionage and the assassination were highly useful to warring factions in feudal Japan. At some point, the skills of espionage became known collectively as ninjutsu, and the people who specialized in these tasks were called shinobi no mono. Throughout history, the shinobi were assassins, scouts, and spies who were hired mostly by territorial lords known as daimyo. The daimyo were powerful Japanese magnates, feudal lords who from the 10th century to the early Meiji period in the middle 19th century ruled most of Japan from their vast hereditary landholdings. Despite being able to assassinate in stealth, the primary role was as spies and scouts. Shinobi are mainly noted for their use of stealth and deception. They would use this to avoid direct confrontation if possible, which enabled them to escape large groups of opposition. Well, they do not call him the Spanish ninja for nothing. You can see his ninjutsu training with his jumps, roll attacks, and stealth-like attacks. Next, one of his styles is the French savate. Savate is known as savate boxing, French boxing, or French foot fighting. It is a French kickboxing combat sport that uses the hands and feet as weapons, combining elements of English boxing with graceful kicking techniques. Only foot kicks are allowed, unlike some systems such as Muay Thai, which allow the use of the knees or shins. Savate is a French word for old shoe or boot. Savate fighters wear specially designed boots. A male practitioner of savate is called tireur, while a female is called tireuse. Vega has an arsenal of fast-moving technique, but his kick and underleg sweep tactics are brutal to any opponent. Speed and movement, the fighting style of the claw. So, what do you like about Vega's style of fighting? Let us know down below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell to stay up to date with our new theories and info. Thank you for watching. This was your Street Fighter host. Welcome to the center stage. Discord server. There you can talk with us, chat about current events going on in Street Fighter, information, theories, and lore. We'll leave the link in the description box below. We want to thank everyone for tuning in and becoming part of this Street Fighter community. We want to thank you for your positive comments towards our channel because it only habilitates us to grow even more. From the Street Fighterverse crew, we thank you.